The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
Coming up on Live at 4, 8 dozen arrested after a local drug bust. What officers say they found ahead. Also, new information about why a Mexican restaurant here in Macomb was closed for 72 hours. And the Illinois State Police have a new furry friend joining them. All that and more right now.
Live from Saline Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
After a 2-month-long investigation into illegal drug sales across McDonough County, 12 people are now facing charges. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4. I'm Brody Waddell.
And I'm Sinead Glasgow. The Macomb Police Department, along with 4 other agencies, made the arrests on Wednesday. Police say the investigation centered around the sale, use, and possession of cocaine, cannabis, hallucinogenic mushrooms, LSD, and prescription drugs. Macomb police say 5 of the 12 arrests were Macomb residents. One person is from Blandonsville and another is a resident of Mount Sterling in Brown County. The 6 other arrests involved residents from the Chicagoland area. 23-year-old Karen A. Shank of Mount Sterling is now facing 5 charges. Those include 2 counts of unlawful delivery of a controlled substance, manufacture and delivery of hallucinogenic mushrooms, possession of cannabis 2.5 to 10 grams, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Macomb resident Donald Ross is facing 3 charges: unlawful delivery of cannabis, manufacture and delivery of cannabis 30 to 500 grams, and manufacture and delivery of a controlled substance. Police say they conducted 3 search warrants at the homes on North MacArthur, West Adams, and West Orchard. More arrests are expected as the investigation continues.
Well, we're a college town. We have drugs. We understand that. However, it still remains illegal. So we continue to do what we can to keep the drugs at a minimum in our community.
For a complete list of arrests made in Wednesday's drug bust, go to our website, news3wiu.com.
We have more information on the 72-hour closure of Guadalajara on East Jackson Street. The McDonough County Health Department says the Mexican restaurant was closed after a routine inspection revealed several critical violations requiring immediate correction last Thursday. Health Department records show 3 critical health violations. Guadalajara was found in violation of 2 items under food protection and 1 item under insect, rodent, animal control. 18 minor violations were found. Records show Guadalajara violated temperature requirements during storage, preparation, display, service, and transportation. Those records note that many foods were out on shelves and above a convection oven and not kept to proper temperature. A pan of beans was found at 107 degrees Fahrenheit. A pan of covered rice was at 110 degrees. Foods like these must be kept at 41 degrees or less, or 135 degrees or hotter at all times. Another critical health violation the health department noted was raw chicken stored above raw steak in a walk-in cooler. Foods must be stored in the order of lowest cooking temperature on top to highest cooking temperature on bottom. Another violation was slime mold growth on an ice machine splash guard and soda nozzles at the bar. An additional violation was an unprotected opening to a shed that was in danger of pest exposure. Guadalajara repaired the shed before the request to reopen was granted Monday afternoon. Guadalajara was fined $1,500 and re-inspected Monday morning. After re-inspection, the restaurant was found to have corrected its previous critical violations, but it was found in violation of another regarding personnel. An employee with a cut on their hand was not sufficiently protected. The worker was asked to double glove their hand, and the issue was corrected that day.
A longtime public servant for the state of Illinois has died. Illinois Controller Judy Bar-Topinka was admitted to the hospital Tuesday, but died this Wednesday morning after a stroke. She was 70 years old. Illinois Governor-elect Bruce Rauner says Topinka's dedication to the state will be missed.
Very sad day for the people of Illinois. Illinois has lost one of its great public servants.
Topinka was recently re-elected for a 2nd term as controller. Her political career spanned more than 30 years, during which she served in the state legislature and chair of the Illinois Republican Party. She was a strong advocate for women's rights and gay rights. A march and rally will take place on campus tomorrow afternoon. The WIU Race for Justice, Black Lives Matter will be a peaceful demonstration to support those who are protesting against the routine oppression against African Americans. The march will begin at Q Lot between the Rec Center and Tanner Hall at 1 p.m. Then it will stop outside of the front of Sherman Hall at 1:30 p.m. At 2 p.m. there will be a rally with speakers gathering outside of the University Union. Overcast skies are still over our region. We're looking at cool temperatures in the low 30s today, not far below the average. News 3's Nicholas Stewart has more in his first forecast. Nick?
Within the last hour or two, we actually had this strange thing appear in our skies, this bright object. The sun finally made an appearance for the first time in over a week, unfortunately. But again, as you mentioned, those temperatures are on a little bit of the cooler side. Only 33 degrees right now in Macomb. Humidity values are at 75% and the light wind from the northwest. Looking at the regional satellite radar composite, you can see the clouds really just disintegrate over the course of the last hour or two, mainly because drier air is moving in to our region. That's helping evaporate a lot of the clouds. Also, an area of high pressure is starting to build in as well. But it's not helping our temperatures very much at all. We're right around the freezing mark or just slightly above. Macomb, again, we're at 33 degrees. We went up just a couple minutes ago. Galesburg only at 32 as well. Warmer temperatures are in the forecast this weekend. We'll take a look at it in just a couple minutes. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Nick. The Macomb Police Department and the Macomb Fire Department are doing more than protecting its community this holiday season. Shop with a Cop ended this Wednesday at JCPenney's as Macomb's finest gave local children a helping hand for the holidays. Members of the Macomb Police and the Fire Departments bought everything young children need for school and to stay warm this winter. This has been a very popular event in the Macomb community over the past few years. With Christmas break starting next week, many students and families will travel over their holiday season. News 3 and the McDonough County Sheriff's Department want to help you prevent burglaries. Create the idea someone is home by leaving the lights or television on a timer. Do not broadcast your location through social media. Have a friend or neighbor check your house and mail if you do not. Tell the post office to hold your letters and packages. Make sure to lock everything, including all windows. And for extra safety, contact the McDonough County Sheriff's Department with your location, dates, and information while you are traveling. The county will have patrols check your house while you're away.
Finals week begins next week, which means you might need some brain food to help you study. Monday night, Western's dining halls will be having breakfast at night. The dining halls will be serving breakfast foods such as bacon, eggs, biscuits and gravy, and much more. The breakfast will start after dinner from 9 to 11 p.m. The Illinois State Police in McDonough County are adding a new addition to their family. Drax is a 1.5-year-old Belgian Malinois assigned to Trooper Justin Royer. The canine recently completed 10 weeks of training for certification at the ISP Academy in Springfield. Start off your new year with a 2015 Rocky calendar. The Western Illinois University mascot will be signing the calendars on December 15, 2015 from 12:30 to 2 p.m. The 12-month calendar showcases photos of Colonel Rock III around campus and in the community. Attendees will have an official Rocky Paw print stamp.
Tonight and tomorrow, Simpkins Hall will host a round-robin one-act showcase led by first-year directing graduates Alex Freeman, Laura Hosk, and Matt Salzberg. The 3 different shows feature several talented actors and actresses, including myself. The first show begins at 7 p.m. and the shows will unfold consecutively with some light indoor hiking in between. Each night following curtain call, the audience is invited to a discussion with the directors and their casts. Tickets are free and seating is limited. Western Illinois is celebrating the opening of its new teaching and research greenhouse with a ribbon-cutting ceremony next Friday. The School of Agriculture will benefit from 2 brand-new greenhouse buildings next to the WIU Livestock Center. Construction started on the 1,500-square-foot facility last summer. The open house is scheduled for Friday, December 19th at 1:30 p.m. The university would like to remind visitors that the only access to the facility is from Route 67. This is due to the continued repairs to the Wigwam Hollow Bridge. Anger mounts against the people involved with the questionable torture against terrorist suspects after the break.
Several CIA officials are refusing to resign from their positions and support bros for the decisions to stay on the job.
Before we go to break, we'd like to ask all the kids out for their questions for Santa Claus.
That's me, Joe Decker, owner of San Diego-based Gut Check Fitness, Guinness Book or World Record holder, World's Fittest Man, and WIU graduate. There are a few things that have helped me get to the top of my industry: growing up on a farm in the Midwest, serving in the U.S. military, and graduating from WIU. This is my story. What will your success story be?
That's me, Chris Lovingood, a senior broadcasting major at Western Illinois University. From networking in DC at a national conference to getting hands-on experience behind the news desk and in the field, the opportunities I have at WIU are preparing me for a successful media career. This is my story. What will your success story be?
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire, but you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet! Dang it. Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Now from Macomb in high definition, you're watching Sinead Glasgow, Brody Waddell, weather with meteorology major Nicholas Stewart, and sports with Tyler Eddy. Live at 4 continues.
The CIA is still under heavy pressure today after a summary of reports of the agency torturing people was released on Tuesday.
Some are calling for CIA Director John Brennan and other top officials at the agency to resign. But, as Jim Acosta tells us, some people are coming to the agency's defense.
With the debate raging over the fallout of the torture report, the White House is staying on the sidelines. Press Secretary Josh Earnest refused to weigh in on whether CIA officials should be tried for interrogation tactics the president himself has described as torture.
Do those details warrant going back and re-examining whether people should be prosecuted?
Decisions about prosecution are made by career federal prosecutors at the Department of Justice.
The Justice Department says the federal prosecutors who looked into the program won't be launching a new investigation based on the report from the Senate Intelligence Committee's Democratic Chair Dianne Feinstein. Trial or no trial, the CIA has some big names coming to its defense, from former Vice President Dick Cheney, who blasted the report on Fox News.
I think it's a terrible piece of work. We did exactly what needed to be done in order to catch those who were guilty on 9/11 and to prevent a further attack, and we were successful on both parts.
This report says it was not successful.
The report's full of crap.
To the agency's former director, Michael Hayden.
What stunned me about the report most was the fact that it was written in the way it was written. It is an unrelenting prosecutorial document.
Both men say the CIA is right in asserting that harsh interrogation techniques like those shown in the film Zero Dark 30 actually prevented attacks and saved lives. But on that crucial question, the White House takes no position.
It is impossible to know the counterfactual, right? It's impossible to know whether or not this information could have been obtained using tactics that are consistent with the Army Field Manual or other law enforcement techniques.
The CIA is lying.
Colorado Democratic Senator Mark Udall called on the president to clean house at the CIA. Udall said an internal review of the interrogation program conducted by former CIA Director Leon Panetta found the agency repeatedly misled Congress about the brutal tactics.
The president needs to purge his administration of high-level officials who are instrumental to the development and running of this program. For Director Brennan, that means resigning.
A little village in Wisconsin is very busy this time of year thanks to a holiday celebrity that bears the same name. People from all over are rushing to Rudolph, Wisconsin post office to ship off their holiday card packages in time for the holidays. The post office puts its famous Rudolph stamp on each package. The stamp has been a staple in Rudolph for almost 70 years. More than 10,000 people are expected to come and ship off their goodies this year from the little post office.
An Illinois resident is combining trick-or-treat with Christmas trees this holiday season. Perry Jacobs, owner of the Fear Factor in Rock Island, takes classic Christmas characters and uses a Halloween twist. The Quad Cities Haunted attraction has been around for 20 years, and Jacobs says normally they operate during October, but this year they've decided to have it during the Christmas season. The house will be open tomorrow and Friday from 7 p.m. until midnight.
Christmas is just 14 days away.
And after the break, NEWS3's very own Nicholas Stewart tells us what type of weather we will be having this weekend.
Stories. They have happen everywhere. At News 3, we go the distance and tell them firsthand. Across the region,
the tornado tore through a neighborhood in Washington, Illinois.
Across the state.
Here at the state capitol in Springfield for the gubernatorial race.
Across generations.
We have a lot of people that are very dedicated. We're all volunteers.
The stories that inform us, the stories that move us, the stories that matter from a fresh perspective.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Now, how do you make it happen? Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
When the big stories strike, count on award winners to provide you intimate and in-depth coverage. On the air and online, local news, fresh perspective.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
That's low, that's low. That's low and below. Look, he's blushing. Seriously.
We're a little bit on the cool side today. We only got up to about 33 degrees in Macomb. Few degrees below our average of 38 this time of year. Look at that, in 1949 we got up to 67 degrees. Wouldn't that be nice? Look at the time lapse. You can see the clouds that we've been dealing with all morning and afternoon finally gave way to a little bit of sunshine. We had a break in the clouds. We're just dealing with the sunshine right now as we look at Macomb. A live look right now. Again, you see that cloud, or the clouds have really broken up. Live look showing that sunshine. 33 degrees. We're seeing just above the freezing mark. The wind from the northwest to 5 miles per hour. That's what's keeping us a little bit on the cool side. Satellite radar composite, you can see the clouds just really disappeared throughout the afternoon hours, made us a lot nicer. Unfortunately, the sunshine really didn't bring our temperatures up very much. The clouds really kind of went away, mainly because dry air moving in. Here's a look at the humidity values higher up in the atmosphere. We call this the low-level atmosphere. Very dry air indicated by these whites here. That's what really helped clear out a lot of that cloud cover. And like I said, didn't really help the temperatures though. Only 33 degrees this hour in Davenport, and that's because we're on the cool side of the high-pressure system that's sitting off to our south. Take a look at the surface again. We do mention that high pressure is sitting off to our south. That's bringing up that kind of cooler air, or the warmer air from the southwest and the southeast. That's moving into areas in the Central Plains off to our west. But we're sitting on the cooler side. The cooler Canadian air is sitting in our area. For tomorrow, high pressure shifts just a little bit more. We get a little bit more on the warmer side of things. Temperatures start to warm up just a little bit. We'll be above average for the first time in quite a while. But the weekends when things really start to change. High pressure center passes well off to our south and east. That puts us in the mild sector of the high pressure center. A lot of nice southerly warm air moving into our region. That'll push us well above our average point. It's also going to help dip our jet stream way up north. We call it a big ridge in the jet stream. Air of high pressure is really just buckling it way up north. Most of the Midwest, not all the Midwest, will be above average for this time of year, which would be pretty nice. For tonight though, about 29 degrees. We're dealing with the cloud cover starting to build in once again. Notice the winds though at west at 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow, the wind shifts more southwest. We get a little bit warmer because that southerly air is starting to transport the warmer temperatures in. 43 degrees is the high tomorrow, again, mostly cloudy skies. The weekend though, temperatures start warming up. 50 by Saturday, 52 for your day on Sunday. Next storm system moves in for the week, or for the beginning of next week. Temperatures start to drop again by Tuesday. So this weekend will be a good one out there if you have to do a little bit of holiday shopping. Hopefully, if you get out there, maybe you can pick up, visit all the local stores. Have you guys done your Christmas shopping yet?
I'm done.
You're done.
I've
That's
been
good.
done since Black Friday.
Oh.
I'm a little behind, so I got some making up to do.
He's ahead of the game, but I guess if you want, it's gonna be nice. You can put your Christmas lights outside. You know, set up.
Absolutely.
If you haven't yet already.
Well, thanks,
Back
Nick.
to you guys.
Straight ahead in sports, Tyler will be in to tell you all about what's going on this weekend with Western Illinois athletics. The women's basketball team was in action against Bradley University. He'll have highlights.
And the men's team tips off the first of 2 home games this weekend, tonight against the Idaho Vandals.
My name is Patrick Magoon, and I have the privilege of serving as the President and Chief Executive Officer of Ann and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital of Chicago. I'm also a very proud alumni of Western Illinois University. It gave me the foundation I needed to build a very successful career. That's my story. What will your success story be?
That's me, Sammy Marshall, a junior exercise science major at Western Illinois University, shortstop on the Leathernecks softball team, and Summit League Player of the Year. At Western, I take my GPA just as seriously as I take my batting average. My experiences with faculty, my coaching staff, and the community are helping shape my future in exercise science. This is my story. What will your success story be?
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
Before the lights go on, dedication, teamwork, precision. Award-winning leadership brings you Macomb's only local TV newscast. On the air, live at 4, Friday mornings at 10, and online all the time. Our community, your community, News 3.
Take a train to go. Stand by 3 for the push-in.
Hello, Western Illinois. The Macomb Bomber boys wrestling team had a strong test Tuesday night against Mercer County, who was ranked 11th in the state. The Bombers fell 55-12, but they looked strong to open up the match against the Golden Eagles. Macomb senior Bryce Haddix kicked off the night with a 17-6 decision for the Orange and Black. Wally Bloomer, what a name, was the next Bomber to kick it into gear with a 2-minute and 20-second pinfall to give Macomb the 10-6 lead as a team. Cal Lawyer would come up with the final points for the Bombers in a 9-6 decision. And the Western Illinois women's basketball team has struggled in the first half this season. Tuesday night was no different for the Purple and Gold, but a second half push gave them all they would need against the Bradley Braves in Peoria, Illinois. Western Illinois donning those purple away jerseys at the Renaissance Center on the campus of Bradley University. And early in the game, Sophie Reichelt passes it inside to Ashley Luke, who kicks it out to Tori Neiman. She finds Michelle Maher outside. She puts it up for 3. And a few possessions later, Michelle Maher dishes it out to Liz Skatowski. She nails a 3 of her own, and that's good for 3. And later in the game, Ashley Luke takes the inbounds pass. She puts it up. That's good for 2. And next, a long pass here from Maher. Mallory Boyle tips it in. Luke lays in, and she finished with 25 points, and the Leathernecks beat Bradley by a final of 75-63. And tonight, the Western Illinois men's basketball team is back in action inside Western Hall against the Vandals of Idaho. The Vandals come to Macomb with a 4-3 record on the year and are coming off 3 consecutive losses. The 2-5 Leathernecks are looking to turn things around this season. The two teams have faced off just once, and that was last year's season opener. The Leathernecks fell in that one 67-63. Garrett Covington and Tate Stensgaard are the only 2 members of the Purple and Gold to start all 7 games this season. Covington leads the team in 7 categories, and Stensgaard leads the team in field goal percentage. This will be the first of 2 home games this weekend for the Leathernecks. WIU will also host Alabama State Saturday night. Both games are set for 7 p.m. And the student athletes won't be the only ones in action this weekend. Everybody's favorite mascot, Rocky, will be competing in the first ever Steamboat Mascot Stampede in northwestern Colorado. Rocky will compete against 15 other mascots from all around the country. The event kicks off tomorrow with a mascot parade, then the Mascot Wrangler Tube Slide Race. Saturday is a jam-packed day of events, including a t-shirt slinging contest, mascot snow bowling, and tug of war. And sadly, this means the absence of Rocky at the basketball games this weekend, but we here at News 3 wish him the best of luck. And here at News 3, we like to highlight some of the most unbelievable plays that happen in the world of sports. We call it the Play of the Day. And today's Play of the Day comes from Bradley Beal of the Washington Wizards. Washington Wizards at Orlando Magic. With 0.8 seconds left on the clock, Washington's Andre Miller throws to the inbounds lob to Bradley Beal, who catches the ball in the air for the game-winning layup. Let's take a second look. The awareness of Bradley Beal to find the open lane, ridiculous. Washington wins the game over the Magic 91-89, and Bradley Beal takes home the News 3 Sports Play of the Day. And in baseball news, the St. Louis Cardinals have agreed to a contract with veteran first baseman Mark Reynolds. The deal is reportedly worth 1 year, $2 million. Reynolds played 130 games last season for Milwaukee and hit 22 home runs. So not exactly Sinead Glasgow, Brody Waddell money, but pretty close. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Tyler. A Nebraska Humane Society found an interesting animal that had sheer determination.
Let's just say they weren't sheepish about what they found.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Before the lights go on, dedication, teamwork, precision. Award-winning leadership brings you Macomb's only local TV newscast. On the air, live at 4, Friday mornings at 10, and online all the time. Our community, your community, News 3.
Take a train and go. Stand by 3 for the push-in.
Gage, seen here, was on the lam when a Humane Society in Omaha found him. The Humane Society posted a picture of the sheep on Facebook to see if its owner would recognize it.
A friend of the family who owns Gage told them about the Facebook post, and this wanderer was returned to his flock. In a statement issued by the sheep, he wants to wish everyone Feliz Navidad. And Nick, you have final weather?
Yeah, let's take a look again at the forecast for tonight. We're going to be looking at, we'll be on the cooler side of things, just a little bit on the cooler side of things, about 20 degrees. Tomorrow we'll warm up, we'll be finally above average in the 40s for once, so that'll be kind of nice. But the weekend will be nice as we head up into the 50s for the first time in quite some time. Storm season comes through next week, but it won't be too bad after all. But again, a chance for last minute shopping and get that done this weekend.
Yeah, well, thanks, Nick.
Yep.
That'll do it for our Thursday show. For Tyler Eddy, I'm Brody Waddell.
And for Nicholas Stewart, I'm Sinead Glasgow. We'll stay on top of your news and bring you the latest updates on our Facebook page. Find us at News 3 WIU.
Tune in tomorrow morning at 10 for Good Morning Macomb. Have a good evening.